Hey, let's go, day 6. All right, so we were on our way to get myself dropped off to school, and another beautiful morning. Very few cars on the road. I don't think there was much traffic. Actually, again, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes there's traffic, sometimes there isn't. It has to do with nothing. I don't know what. So, I guess Fridays usually it's very chill. Like there's no traffic. No one's trying to rush to get to work. Everyone's like, oh well, I'm just not gonna go to work today or something. I don't know. But Friday so far it sounds like it's so clear. But this is a Thursday, so I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yes. So I've realized that I've been making my videos very, very short. Like I think the first one was maybe like 20 minutes, and then it's like gone down to like 3 minutes, and I'm just like, I don't know if like sometimes I'm like, okay, there's too much yapping, but sometimes we like to hear yapping. Just having someone speaking or talking in the background is nice. So yes, there are. I forgot what I was talking about, but I really forgot. So I will try to add um, more voiceover so that I can keep a lot of the bits that I'm cutting off. So that there's also not just a lot of video with nothing, or playing with no one talking. But yes, so it is a whole week since I started school, my senior year, and I'm feeling already like nice with our schedule. Like, oh, okay, like who's gonna take the children when, and driving at what time, and having to like settle into this new schedule. It feels good so far. My homeworks, I've been able to read on the bus. I've read on the because I have a lot of reading history. The major history, there's a lot of reading, and so far, I've been able to read in the mornings before the babies get wake up, because it's on my phone, so I can just pull up the PDF and read. I also read during on the bus on my way back home, and I read. I haven't read at night, or actually, I read in class, not in class, but like passing. I have an hour break, and then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I only take one class, so I have a lot of time to read during those days. So, so far the readings have been going good. Like I've been able to keep up. Um, Except for one class, I was confused. I read the wrong thing, so that I was like, I no wonder I didn't understand the assignment. I was reading the wrong thing. But anyways, that was the only one that I did not read. But I read something else, so I don't know. Am I ahead now? I don't know. And um, yeah, that was so homework. We're settling into also to the homeworks. Last quarters, my last 2 quarters. So, well, I guess summer, which is 2 sessions. I was able to read my children to sleep. So I would pull up my PDFs for my classes and just bore my children to sleep, like just reading about the history of California, and reading about um what was the other one? I forgot. But yeah, reading whatever I was doing for my other class, and I liked it and it was nice, but I haven't been able to do it this time. I feel like maybe the little one is a little bit more older, where he just needs everything silent and quiet, because I have been trying to do that. I tried reading, and I think, I don't know, maybe because I'm getting him used to everything being dark and quiet. And now if I'm like talking, I think he feels like, oh, it's wake up time because mom is talking. So we are not reading to sleep. But I'm gonna try, I'm gonna keep on trying to read to them to sleep. And that way I can get more reading done. And it's more, and I get more stuff in their heads, more reading stuff. Uh, but yes, that is what we're doing. And yeah, so homework feels good. Schedules, like, everything's feeling better than I thought. I was very afraid of taking 4 classes, taking this extra class, especially because I haven't been a full time student since I started community college. So, and because I was a full time student, I was struggling with keeping up with classes and keeping up with my children and like everything. And so then I didn't do very well in the beginning. So I was afraid of going back to that. But so far, it feels doable. My classes feel much more like I can handle the class, I can handle the work. I feel like the professors are very understanding, and they they want us to succeed. I mean, I've always known that my professors want us to succeed, but I just never really pushed myself to seek help and talk to them. And yeah, so I went to class. There was a history social coffee date today, and it was really nice to hear to meet other history majors and have coffee and get these little goodies, a little bag and a notebook and some snacks. It was nice. I love that. I love that. I always try to attend things like that. Like, I did the math one when I was a math major, and then I did the history. And um, I am, and then I went to my next. Well, that was after class. So I went to class, and then I went to the social, and then I went to my other class. And the teacher kept on having trouble with the computer, and um, yes, and then I headed over. After that class was over, I headed over straight to my other class, and it was busy. So it was far. Had to walk a long ways to get back to my other class in City Center Hall. I call it City Hall, but it's Center Hall. Yes, so I went to Center Hall, and that's my last class. And we're reading a really fun book. Really nervous for this final because it's an oral exam, so you have to present in front of the professor, and that's just pretty scary. I mean, I like to talk, and I like to read out loud, and if I have something to share, I'll share it like out loud. I'm not like embarrassed or shy of that. It's just once you're like one on one, it can get kind of scary because it's your grades on the line. And then you're like unsure of what to say and if it sounds right and if you're doing it right. But hopefully, I am very well prepared, and the professor will prepare us for that because I don't know, I'm scared.
But what I'm trying to say, just at the end of the day, any type of final is going to be stressful and scary and all of the all of those negatives just because you want to make sure that you get a great grade, and usually finals will mess your grade up or make it really better. But yeah, and I took the bus home back Thursdays and Tuesdays. Looks like this is my ride back home. And my food was ready. Some papas con carne, and then arroz and frijoles and calabacitas, Mexican squash. And then we tried this lemon Big Zero Pepsi flavored Japanese I think, drink. And we also tried this snacks, these little tiny crabs, these candy tiny crabs, and this is part of my TikTok video that I uploaded. And yeah, they were just like little candies with a tiny fishy flavor at the end. Like once you there was nothing left in your mouth. And yes, this was the whole 1 week completed because I started on Thursday and this is Thursday.
And then we took the bus home and walked a little bit after I got off the bus, went home, and the food was ready for me. I ate rice with beans, with calabacitas or Mexican squash, with corn and salsa, and I think that was all. Oh, and meat. I don't know what it's called. It's just meat. We just call it carne con papas. So meat with potatoes. And then I was me and my husband were always trying new stuff, and so he brought this lemon flavored Pepsi. Yeah, so whenever we see flavored things that we're like, wait, what? Lemon and Pepsi? What? We like to try things like that. So, and then he also brought these tiny crabs, and he's like, look at these crabs. And I was like, oh no, cool. But I don't even like ocean stuff. But I don't like going in the ocean. I'm afraid of the ocean. But I was like, okay, we're gonna try these snacks because we have to try foods. And it was just candy. Like it's just sugary, very sweet. Yeah, it was basically just like sugared, very sugared crabs, which were good because it was just sugar. But actually, at the end, very, 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 very end, like once you still had like a little tiny bit of like pieces in your mouth, like the powdery stuff, it tasted a little bit like seafoody. But other than that, it didn't taste at all like any like fish or anything. It didn't taste fishy or anything. Yeah, that was day 5 of going to school, being back